Hello food lovers and welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking our taste buds on an unforgettable journey to the vibrant streets of South Africa. Forget fancy restaurants for a moment, because the real culinary magic happens right on the sidewalks, in the townships, and at the bustling markets. We're diving deep into the world of South African street food, a delicious melting pot of cultures, flavors, and history. From hearty meals that will keep you going all day to refreshing drinks that quench the desert thirst, this is the ultimate guide to eating like a local. So grab your appetite, because you're about to discover 30 must-try foods and drinks that define this incredible nation. Let's get started. Kicking things off with an absolute icon, the kota, also known as a svatlo in some regions. This isn't just a sandwich, it's a masterpiece of street food engineering. Imagine a quarter loaf of bread, hollowed out and then generously stuffed with a symphony of delicious layers. You'll find everything from crispy slap chips, a slice of cheese, a fried egg, and a protein of your choice. Popular versions include a rich beef mince, savory beef polony, or even a tender piece of chicken. Every vendor has their own secret sauce and special combination, making every kota a unique and incredibly satisfying experience. It's a full meal in one hand and a true taste of township ingenuity. Next up, a South African classic you'll find at every sporting event, market, or roadside stall, the Boerewors roll. Boerewors, which means farmer's sausage, is a thick, coiled sausage, traditionally made from beef mixed with spices like coriander and nutmeg. We're focusing on the all-beef versions for this list. The sausage is grilled over hot coals until it's juicy and slightly charred, then tucked into a soft bread roll. It's typically topped with a sweet and tangy tomato and onion relish, and maybe a squiggle of mustard. The smoky flavor of the wors combined with the soft roll is simple, yet profoundly delicious. It's the ultimate comfort food on the go. Now, let's talk about vetkoek, which literally translates to fat cake. Don't let the name fool you. This is a golden, fluffy ball of fried dough that's pure bliss. It can be eaten sweet, dusted with sugar, or filled with jam, but the savory version is where it truly shines as a street food meal. The most popular filling is a warm, aromatic curried mince made with ground beef. The soft, slightly greasy dough pairs perfectly with the spicy, savory filling, creating a pocket of flavor that's both comforting and incredibly Moorish. It's warm, it's hearty, and it's a cheap and cheerful meal that will leave you smiling. Moving on to a staple food that feeds the nation, pap. Pap is a porridge made from maize meal, and it's the foundation of many South African meals. On the street, you'll often find it served as pap and gravy with meat. You get a generous scoop of soft, smooth pap, which acts like the perfect sponge for a rich, savory gravy. This is then served with tender, slow-stewed pieces of beef or chicken. It's a humble dish, but it's packed with flavor and is incredibly filling. It's the kind of soulful food that feels like a warm hug, representing the heart of South African home cooking, brought to the streets. If you smell wood smoke and sizzling meat, you're likely near a Shiza Nyama. The name means burn meat in Zulu, and it's more than just a meal, it's a social event. Essentially, it's a South African barbecue, or braai, at a Shiza Nyama spot. You choose your raw cuts of meat from a butchery, and they grill it for you over an open fire. For the beef lovers, you'll find everything from juicy steaks to flavorful brisket. The meat is often simply seasoned with a special spice blend, letting the quality of the beef and the smoky flavor from the coals be the stars of the show. And of course, you can't have a Shiza Nyama without chicken. Grilled chicken is a massive favorite. Whether it's a whole flame-grilled chicken quarter, a skewer of tender breast meat, or a pile of sticky, delicious wings, the result is always incredible. The chicken is usually marinated in a blend of spices or a tangy sauce before being cooked over the coals, giving it a crispy skin and succulent, juicy meat inside. It's often served with a side of pap or chakalaka, which we'll get to soon. Shiza Nyama is the taste of a weekend gathering, of community, and of pure, unadulterated flavor. Here's one for the adventurous eaters, though it's beloved by many across the country. Chicken livers. Forget any preconceived notions you might have about liver. In South Africa, chicken livers are transformed into a creamy, savory, and utterly delicious dish. They are typically sautéed with onions, peppers, and a blend of spices, often in a rich tomato-based piri-piri sauce that can range from mild to fiery hot. Served with a slice of bread or a fresh roll to soak up every last drop of the incredible sauce. This dish is a flavor explosion and a must-try for anyone wanting an authentic taste. Curry is a huge part of South Africa's culinary landscape, thanks to the influence of the Indian community, and you'll find fantastic versions sold on the street. A classic street food option is a simple but delicious curry and rice. You'll find hearty beef or chicken curries, slow cooked until the meat is fall apart tender and swimming in a fragrant spiced gravy. It might not be as complex as a restaurant curry, but it's packed with soul and flavor, providing a warm and comforting lunch for people on the move. Sometimes simplicity is best. And that's what you get with a good piece of grilled steak from a street vendor. We're not talking about a fancy steakhouse cut, but rather a flavorful, marinated portion of beef, flame grilled to perfection over hot coals. The steak is often tenderized and seasoned with a local spice mix, giving it a unique, smoky, and savory taste. It's usually served simply, perhaps with a side of pap or some slap chips. It's a protein-packed, no-fuss meal that's all about the pure, delicious flavor of grilled meat. A true carnivore's delight. Finally, in our main meals section, we have hard-body chicken. This isn't your average supermarket chicken. Hard-body refers to a free-range chicken, one that has roamed around, resulting in leaner, firmer, and much more flavorful meat. Because it's tougher, it's not ideal for a quick fry. Instead, it's best when slow cooked, either stewed for hours in a rich sauce until it becomes tender, or slow grilled over coals. The flavor is intense and deeply savory. It's chicken as it's meant to taste. If you see hard-body chicken on offer, give it a try for a truly rustic and authentic experience. Now that we've covered the mains, let's talk about the essential sides and accompaniments that complete any South African street food feast. First up, slap chips. These are the South African answer to French fries, but they are a world apart. Slap means soft or limp in Afrikaans, and that's the goal. They are thick-cut potatoes, fried until they are soft and floppy on the inside with just a slight crispness on the outside. They are generously seasoned with salt and doused in vinegar. They're the mandatory side for a Gatsby sandwich, a key ingredient in a kota, and perfect on their own. Next is a side dish that is bursting with color and flavor. Chakalaka, this spicy vegetable relish, is a rainbow in a bowl. It typically starts with a base of onions, tomatoes, and peppers, but can also include carrots, beans, and cabbage. It's seasoned with curry powder and chilies, giving it a nice kick. Chakalaka can be served hot or cold, and it's zesty. Spicy flavor cuts through the richness of grilled meats perfectly. It's an essential part of any Sheza Nyama plate and adds a vibrant, fresh element to any meal. To soak up all those delicious sauces and gravies, you need dombolo, also known as steam bread. Unlike regular baked bread, dombolo is steamed, which gives it a wonderfully dense, moist, and fluffy texture. It has a slightly sweet taste that pairs beautifully with savory stews and curries. Tearing off a piece of warm dombolo and using it to scoop up the last bits of gravy from your plate is one of life's simple pleasures. It's the ultimate comfort carb. We've mentioned it a few times, but pap deserves its own spot. This maize meal porridge is the staple starch for millions of South Africans. Served plain, it's the neutral, comforting base for countless dishes. Its consistency can vary from a soft, smooth porridge to something a bit firmer that you can eat with your hands. It's the blank canvas upon which the vibrant flavors of stews, gravies, and chakalaka are painted. A cousin to pap is futu, sometimes called crummel pap, which means crumbly porridge, while pap is smooth. Futu is cooked with less water and continuously stirred, resulting in a dry, crumbly, almost rice-like texture. It's often eaten with sour milk or amasi, but also serves as a great side for a braai, where it soaks up the juices from the meat without becoming mushy. It's a textural delight and a different way to enjoy the humble maize kernel. Of course, you'll find familiar salads too. Coleslaw is a popular, creamy side dish you'll see everywhere, made with shredded cabbage and carrots in a sweet and tangy mayonnaise dressing. It provides a cool, creamy, and crunchy contrast to spicy and savory main dishes. It's a refreshing addition to a plate of Sheza Nyama or a filling for a hearty sandwich. Another beloved classic is potato salad. Every family has their own recipe, but it's typically made with boiled potatoes, chopped eggs, and onions in a creamy mayonnaise dressing, often seasoned with a hint of mustard. It's a comforting, hearty, and delicious side that is a non-negotiable at any South African braai or gathering. and you'll often find it served at street food stalls as part of a mixed plate. For a kick of spicy, tangy flavor, you need to try acha. This powerful condiment is a pickle or relish, usually made from green unripe mangoes, although vegetable versions are also common. The mango is mixed with oil and a potent blend of spices like chili, fenugreek, and mustard seeds. It's sour, it's spicy, it's a little bit funky, and it's absolutely addictive. A small spoonful is enough to liven up any dish, especially pap or a simple curry. A simple but always welcome side is sweet corn on the cob, especially during the summer. You'll find vendors grilling or boiling fresh corn on the cob, known locally as a mealie. It's often charred slightly on an open flame, brushed with butter, and sprinkled with salt. It's sweet, juicy, smoky, and a perfect handheld snack or side dish. And finally, for a simple, healthy option, you'll almost always be able to get a side of vegetable mix. This is usually a straightforward medley of boiled or steamed vegetables like carrots, peas, green beans, and corn. It's a simple way to add some extra nutrients to your meal, often served alongside pap and meat. All right, you're going to need something to wash all that delicious food down. Let's explore the world of South African beverages. First, amasi, or sour milk. This is a traditional fermented milk product with a consistency similar to yogurt and a refreshing, tangy taste. It's incredibly popular and is often enjoyed on its own or poured over pap or futu. It's packed with probiotics and is surprisingly cooling on a hot day. Another traditional drink is magoo. This is a non-alcoholic fermented drink made from maize meal with the consistency of a thin porridge. It has a unique, slightly sour taste and is often sold in cartons with various fruit flavors like banana or pineapple added. It's a source of energy and is considered both a food and a drink. It's an acquired taste for some, but a beloved and nostalgic drink for many South Africans. You can't talk about South African drinks without mentioning rooibos tea. This redbush tea is a national treasure. It's a naturally caffeine-free herbal tea with a smooth, gentle flavor and a reddish-brown color. It's packed with antioxidants and can be enjoyed hot or cold, with or without milk and sugar. It's a calming and healthy beverage you'll find everywhere. For something with a bit of a kick, try a classic ginger beer. South African ginger beer is typically a sweet, carbonated soft drink with a strong, spicy ginger flavor. It's incredibly refreshing and a popular choice to accompany rich and spicy foods. There are many local brands, each with its own unique level of sweetness and spice. Of course, South Africa has its own range of fizzy drinks or sodas. Alongside global brands like Coke, you'll find local favorites under brands like Jive or Twizzler. Be sure to try unique flavors like cream soda, which has a distinct green color and a sweet, vanilla-like taste, or local versions of Fanta orange and grape. If you prefer something a bit more natural, fruit juices are widely available. You'll find all the standard options like orange and apple. But look out for juices made from local fruits like guava or mango. These offer